Hey Libra, welcome guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Alrighty guys, okay, so today we are actually going to use the Rider deck instead of an Oracle deck. It just called to me. I felt like this was going to be the right deck to use today. I was going to talk about sort of whatever challenges or struggles you're going through right now, what your situation is. Then we're going to use tarot to sort of clarify and help us see into the future and see a better way forward. And all these cards wanted to pop out, so these are the ones that we're going to start with. Alright, so we do have the Nine of Swords to start with. So not the best of cards, right guys? This card does represent that feeling trapped or stuck in negative thoughts or emotions, so much so that you do have trouble finding clarity. It's also the progression of the Eight of Swords. So this can speak to depression, this can speak to anxiety. So you're going through something that's definitely heavy right now, that's bringing these emotions forward. I do have the Devil card, but he is in reverse. The Devil card speaks of something toxic or negative in your life. Maybe this is something that's been purged, or you're working at purging, you're working at walking away from or healing from. Interesting. So then I have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is sometimes called the Apprentice card. He speaks of learning and moving forward, but being in reverse tells me that this is something you were working towards, something you were trying to learn, trying to build, and it maybe didn't work out quite the way you wanted it to, or there's some lessons that need to be learned here. I have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is also in reverse, so he can speak to an institution. He can speak to a higher learning. He can speak to a mentor as well. I'm going to pull another card here. I want to see where this is going. Then we have the King of Cups. And this King of Cups is in reverse too. So cups can be indicative of water signs. So when he represents a person, he can represent somebody who is a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Cups is also representative of emotions. So he is the King of Emotions in reverse. He's somebody who's moody. He's somebody who's manipulative. He's someone who you're probably not going to miss not having in your life, because he's not very much fun to be around. Interesting. I wonder how he fits into all of this. Same with that Hierophant. I'm going to pull some more cards just to clarify. So we have Justice. And this could speak to your Hierophant as well, right? Because he does represent an institution at times. So we might be looking for some justice, maybe some wrong that was done to us by a King of Cups. It might speak to a divorce. It might speak to some other way of going through the court system too, guys. And I have the Eight of Pentacles, so the Eight of Pentacles upright. Again, apprentice, learning. There's lessons to be learned here. And it does have to do with justice, because I keep getting pulled back to the Justice card. It may be, you know what, guys? It may be finding justice within yourself. It may be coming to grips with something that was done to you by somebody else that was not right. But perhaps there is no way to actually make them legally pay for what they did. And this justice might be something within yourself and being able to find a way to accept it and move forward. I also have the Queen of Cups. So again, Cups is indicative of emotions. We do have a King and a Queen now though. So we could be speaking about a married couple and a divorce. I definitely feel like we're speaking about emotions. I feel like at the very least she is representative of that, of the emotional side, of healing. Healing from this King though. There's just I look at her and I get pulled straight to that King of Cups in reverse. I feel like he did a number on her. I do see the word manipulative here. I feel like that was definitely part of what was happening. The Wheel of Fortune card does represent your fortunes changing for the better. This is speaking to healing. This is speaking to learning lessons and moving on from the past. And I have the Six of Cups, which says the same thing. So this Six of Cups, he's sometimes called the Blast from the Past card. So it can represent someone or something from your past coming back into your life. It can also speak of learning lessons from the past, which we've already been talking about. And it can speak to moving on from the past. You know what? This is a cycle. That's why we have the Eight of Pentacles twice, but once in reverse. Because whatever this is that happened has happened before. We didn't learn the first time, and then it happened again. And it's from this King. From this King, this manipulative, moody King. You know what? He's the Devil card too. That's where that fits in. Whoever he is, he was a destructive force in your life, and something might have come to an end. That might be where justice fits in. This might be a divorce. It might be some sort of finality, some sort of separation. That's still disappointing, or still dealing with the emotional fallout of all of this, but it benefits us in the long run. That's what the Wheel of Fortune card is saying, is that having this king gone is actually going to bring a change of fortune into your life. We have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant represents taking that time for yourself, by yourself, for introspection, for reflection, for healing. And the High Priestess speaks of your intuition. She speaks of that spiritual side. It might be time to lean on your faith and healing. Everything does happen for a reason, but I do see faith. I keep seeing the word faith in her. So maybe you're somebody who has a strong spirituality, and with this King of Cups, maybe it shook your faith a bit. But I feel like, pulled back to the Hermit card, taking time for yourself, taking time for reflection, taking time for some soul searching in why everything happened. For this Eight of Pentacles, for learning this lesson, seeing how everything happens for a reason. Even the shitty stuff, it always gets us to where we need to be in the end. So there's something from this. There's something from this that had to happen to be able to push you in a different direction. And I have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands can represent new beginnings. It can represent a new business venture. It can represent a new life. I definitely do see the word life in it, like new life. It's time for a change. It's time for a new life. This is what this new chapter is going to bring after moving away from this King of Cups. I also have the Eight of Swords. So this Eight of Swords can represent feeling trapped or stuck in negative emotions or thoughts, so much so that, again, you have trouble finding clarity. So it's not quite the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the progression of the Eight of Swords. And now that we're moving from there to the Eight of Swords, I feel like there's going to be some clarity coming. There's going to be a starting to find a new path, starting to understand, starting to find healing, starting to move forwards. Because now, instead of moving from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, where things would be getting worse, we're going backwards. So we're talking about healing. We're talking about moving forward. This is a good sign, guys. And the World card, beautiful. What a beautiful way to end your read. So this World card represents positive things manifesting for you, and these are not ones that show up out of the blue. These are ones that you're having to earn. This is speaking to rewards for learning these lessons from this King of Cups. Whoever this was, this manipulative person who tried to sort of sucker you in again and again, and we repeated the cycle over and over again. But there will be rewards from that. I'm not necessarily talking about monetary rewards. I am talking about spiritual. I'm talking about mental. I'm talking about emotional rewards, and being able to grow as a person and to move past all of this awful stuff with this King of Cups, whoever he was to you, as he was not a good person, and having him out of your life. Like I said, it's this Devil card upturned. If the Devil card was the way it's supposed to be, it would represent that he was still in your life, and he was a negative force and a destructive force. But because the Devil card is in reverse, it's showing that we're moving past that. It's like we've purged it. He is this Devil card that we have purged, but we are still dealing with the emotional fallout from it. But I do see within this time, I see healing. I see your spirituality being a big part of this moving forward and healing and moving on. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I do hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.